7 months I've been coming on here reporting to you the Jonathan Majors assault case. I often and almost always mention the racial aspect of this case. Here we have some, I don't even know where to begin. Let's just open it up on the Shade Room. Shade Room has been doing some investigative journalism because something happened on Friday that came out. The headline on Shade Room is that the district attorney prosecuting Jonathan Majors reportedly prosecuted another successful black man for unproved claims of abuse. This guy has a history. What Jonathan Major is trying to prove is he did nothing wrong on March 25th. What the prosecutors are trying to say is he has a history. He's got a pattern of being this way. Well, Alvin Bragg, the district attorney of Manhattan, has been crooked. I'm just going to skip this. Adam Foss is the name of the guy. Very successful dude, 25-year-old woman, sleeps with the woman, all of a sudden ghosts her, and she says it was a rape. The same lawyer defending him is Jonathan Major's lawyer. He has won. He has been acquitted. The jury are bewildered by why this even went to courts after the court case happened, and the DA was Alvin Bragg there. Let's read. Priya Chaudhry writes on her Facebook, this was Friday, I am compelled to address several key aspects concerning the trial and acquittal of Mr. Adam Foss, yada yada yada. In a poignant moment, following the not guilty verdict, jurors approached Mr. Foss, hugged Mr. Foss, wept for the nightmare he has endured, and openly questioned why D.A. Bragg would even bring such a case in light of evidence. 5 jurors told me that having watched this trial, the evidence and the deeply troubling conduct of the prosecutor trying this case, they have become scared to know that this is what happening in the D.A. Bragg's office. This highlights the dissonance between the evidence presented and the charges pursued by D.A. Bragg. Let's just stop for a second. It's the DA's office, right? Kelly Galloway, as well as the other dude whose name came up. I forget his name, but he was the guy responding to why. Remember when Jonathan Major's accuser, when she was coming out of the district, the precinct, because she just got charged with criminal mischief, and it was his 3rd-degree assault. When she got her charges because she was away in London, she finally came back and they said, yo, you gotta come in, turn yourself in. So no, while they did not go and arrest her and bring her in and cuff her the same way they did Jonathan Majors, even though he was the one who dialed 911 and he's the one who said, hey, there's a suicidal woman, you guys need to take care of her. Even though all that happened, it was Jonathan Majors dialing 911. She got the courtesy of turning herself in. Anyways, it was another district attorney person in that office, and it wasn't Alvin Bragg, nor was it Kelly Galloway, whose name is all over the paperwork for this case. Kelly Galloway, somebody told me that, Flavio told me that it was just this year where she became like official, like 2023. She's a rookie. And today, jurors have begun reaching out on social media stating the accuser had no case, and that Adam Foss's work and life were severely undermined by an unstable woman who retaliated after a breakup. They are wishing Adam Foss well and want to see him get back to his important work in social justice. Damn. That's who you took out? And now look at Jonathan Majors. While not social justice, definitely the appearance of a dark-skinned man doing roles where he could be playing father. He could be playing a lot of positive role models, and that underrepresented thing that he's got, plus the talent that he has to warrant a lot of budget, a high-budget movie being featuring him in a lead role. Like, that's the progression he was about to bring, and this Alvin Bragg dude is stifling it. Literally hateful. He's a disgrace to white men. This white man, Alvin Bragg, does not represent all white men. He is just he's like what did Bret Hart say about Pittsburgh? He's that. D.A. Bragg completely ignored my outreach efforts. Ooh, pattern. So everyone dissing Priya Chaudhry. No. Everything she's doing, the outreach she's giving to the district attorney. Hey, look, check this out, check this out, check this out. Hey, look, district attorney, I'm reaching out. Hey, giving them ample opportunity. They will turn around. This Alvin Bragg guy is unfit for office. They will turn all of these cases around, all these acquittals around on the DA. Because he doesn't need to be there anymore in Manhattan. because it was clear to everyone that this case should never have been brought due to the overwhelming evidence of Mr. Foss's innocence and total lack of credible evidence of the allegations. Twice I made outreach efforts directly to DA Alvin Bragg prior to trial, including sending an 8-page letter that laid out the overwhelming exculpatory evidence, and I make fun of Dre all the time, and now I'm over here jumping over words. But I watched his video on this matter, and he called her Chia Proddery, so at least I didn't do that. The Dre Max Show. Check out his YouTube channel. Exculpatory evidence and critical problems with his office's troubling conduct in initiating this case. DA Bragg totally ignored my outreach efforts. Never agreed to even speak with me. Suffering Thuckadash. Yet in the wake of the trial, Mr. Bragg's comments to Law 360 have unveiled a troubling stance with his office, which seems to prioritize the mere act of bringing a case to court over the quality and substance of the evidence. Now, that's part of it. What else is it is also, you know what, if somebody is black, we know that there's going to be an assumed guilt, that they got to prove guilty until proven innocent just because he's black. It's like he's playing the race card thing in order to gain wins, gain victories. Got to make these things go to trial. Why not put a black guy in there? You know, that'll make me, those are pretty easy to win, taking advantage of the whole racist system. Well, thank God there were, 5 jurors went up to her as she reported. Priya Chaudhry just wrote in the prior page. 5 jurors went and were surprised and hugging and saying, yo, how could you be going through such a nightmare? New York City, bro, they don't disappoint. I'm gonna eat those words in a second. They might beat the Raptors in something. Following the complete acquittal of Adam Foss, the district attorney Alvin Bragg, Caucasian man in disguise, maintains the defamatory narrative that this false accuser is a survivor. He says, survivors of sexual assault deserve to have their day in court. That's his white voice. And our prosecutors fight every day to center and uplift their voices, said the spokesperson for Mr. Bragg. This statement, while noble in sentiment, raises questions about the disregard for the jury's verdict and the repercussions of proceeding the cases with cases that I'm not editing. I paused because I was like, I'll fix that and edit, but I'm not editing this. Proceeding with cases that lack a substantial foundation, thereby affecting the lives of those wrongfully accused, media disparity, while initial reports of false allegations against Mr. Foss were widespread and vigorous. The initial reports of Jonathan Majors were also widespread and vigorous. He was Kang the Strangler. This guy is going to get booted by Marvel. Everyone knows that Jonathan Majors has this assault case. But not once did Variety post the video of that woman on the street while she's perfectly fine doing this with her hair. She's tying it back. Not once did Variety share that she is coming out of the 10th precinct in Manhattan because she got her charges. Rather, they'll make it seem like, that nothing happened. No, something happened. She got charged. It's the DA, Alvin Bragg, who's not going to prosecute the charges. They don't show the face of Jonathan Majors after being scratched, his hand after being scratched there too. I've done many videos on this. Please watch them all. It's the same thing. It's widespread and vigorous. But the news of Mr. Foss's acquittal has been met with a notable silence, save for mentions by a handful of outlets. I will be so loud on my little platform with 3,000 subscribers. I will be with the most flashiest thumbnails. I will be doing everything to make sure it's well known that and Everything Always is another huge YouTuber, million subscribers, who is accurately reporting on this shit and is doing a much better job. Tyrone Magnus covers this too, and he's always like, how the hell is this going to... There are people with big platforms, and they need to be doing everything to make sure that the acquittal is louder than all of this mess. Take all the adversity he went through and allow for a sympathetic movement to happen for Jonathan Majors, for all of this Alvin Braggness. And if you're in Manhattan and you're voting, don't vote for him. Vote for actual white people. Save for mention of a handful of outlets. This selective reporting does not serve the public interest and falls short of the media's duty to report not just allegations, but also resolutions, especially acquittals. I'd read this side of the page. Oh, you don't see that. Hold on. Oh, you don't see it. But the side of the freaking Instagram with the Shade Room. But you guys all have computers. You guys all have Instagrams and phones. Read that. Check that all out. Man, here's the video that I watched with Dre Mac, where he did the same thing I did, except he wasn't as fiery. Well, I mean, what can I add, man? This is just bananas. There's no video up there because it's not the last 20 seconds. Jonathan's playing the race card. Well, if this is going to court and the judge said that's enough evidence to go to court, then what the hell? Well, what happened to my boy Foss? The jury were surprised that went to court, weren't they? That is not a certification of his guilt or validity of this case even going to trial. Just because they are pursuing it and they're not ceasing it or dropping or dismissing it means what we already should know, that the system is corrupt, which is what Chillmonger, as well as other intelligent YouTubers or people who pay attention to history, know about the legal process. This shit is fucking corrupt. And because they didn't drop it or they're denying these motions to dismiss the case coming out of Priya Chaudhry, it does not mean that there's actually something here. If you think that... Where are you? Here. Yeah. I told you about racism. It's not... Now I'm being stupid. Okay, here. Boom. My camera's all foggy, but that's the Dre Mac video that I want to promote because this video wouldn't have happened without him. Go see him. Go check him out. Enjoy his videos. Chill out.